I'm excited to delve into this one, guys. This board is my launch plan for new client template. This is what I use for every client that comes in through Archangel Inc. I actually even use it for my own clients as well, beyond Archangel Inc. if they have individual tasks they want me to do, or if someone says, hey Jordan, can you help me with the book launch? This is what I would utilize. This is how I would start. This is the past board I showed you, the Jordan and Miranda board. That's like an idea to do board tracking for different ideas. That's basically like a place to store stuff, get on there every once in a while, add new ideas, and do all of that stuff. But this board is a true Kanban board as far as processes go. That's why I'm so excited to share this one with you. I am so happy that I found Trello to be able to utilize for this. I wouldn't be able to plan out the launches. I wouldn't be able to organize everything if it wasn't for Trello. And for the fact that it keeps everything, that I can update everything in real time. As I learn new stuff, as I change with certain things, I try to go into this board as often as I can, so that when I get a new client, I am working from my best, I'm putting my best foot forward, basically. And I'm not having to go in and change a bunch of things that I already know need to be changed. I'm able to do this as I go, and then once I get a new client, voila, I can start working with them right away and be figuring this stuff out. So I will go over these lists with you and how I utilize them. Notice the cool sticker on this one. Now this is just a basic sticker, launch date, check mark. Over here in menu, stickers. If I wanted to add another cool thing, I could add like a little launch thing for that, just to be a little bit more exciting for the launch date. I keep this in the top left list, and I keep this card at the very top. That's why I label it. It's very important for me to know when the launch date is. As far as launching a book, you want to know when your date is as soon as you possibly can, because that's going to help you be able to launch that. So for that reason, I have it up here. I put the date up here, and then I put the due date, whenever that is. I match that just to make sure that everyone's on the same page and knows what to do with that board. The other thing I do is first thing I do when I start, this is the template that I use. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Show Menu. I'm going to go down here to Copy Board, and then I'm going to name it Jordan, or I'm going to name it whoever the client is. If it was Michelle, I'm going to say Michelle Launch, Michelle Book Launch. That's going to create an exact copy of this board. And then I'm going to go and then invite Michelle to work on that board with me. Some clients will work with you, some clients don't, and that's okay. I'm able to do it on my own without the client actually looking at it. But if the client wants to look at it and see what I'm doing, see where the process is with things, add notes, add questions, reply me, they're able to do that. It's a lot of cool collaboration with that, and I definitely encourage my clients to be able to do that. So that's what I would do. I would take this template and then I would copy that. Basically, it would make this whole new board. It would keep the cards where they are. It would keep the attachments and the descriptions and stuff and all of that. Important to note, though, if you're going to utilize a board like that you're going to be able to then copy from over and over, make sure you're not putting anything in the comments, because as of right now, there's no way to copy the comments on a card, but it will copy the attachments and it will copy the descriptions. So whenever you're adding something, just make sure something is up here in the descriptions, not as a comment to that card. So you can see right here that was for something else, but that has a comment, but that's okay because that won't go across on the other thing, so that's fine. As I'm working with the client, this would be what I'm starting with. I'm starting with these deliverables up here. Those are the things that I am doing for the client. These things right here are client tasks. These are the things that the client has to do, or that I'm going to be moving over and just making sure that they do. Sending them an email and say, hey, did you set this up yet? Here's a guide on how to do it. Actually setting it up for them is beyond the scope of what I would do. So I would just make sure I need to make sure that it gets done regardless of whether it's on me or not. So so I would move that to in progress. If I sent them an email, I would move this to in progress, and I would type in the comments. I would say sent email and then the date I sent it, so I can keep tabs on that. Whatever you're working on currently is in the in progress. So I would say I emailed them about this, still waiting to get that up. Whenever I heard back from them, and they had officially set up their Author Central page, or I noticed on Amazon that they had completed that page, I would go in and move that from in progress to over to delivered. So I know that that task is done. As soon as I am completing things, I would move it over to delivered. And then certain things like a title, I'm going to move over here because that's important. Anything with an important link or an important thing that I'm going to go in and copy, I'm going to move over to the left. So that's why that's super important. Title and subtitle finalized right here. So as soon as we finalize the title, I would actually write that in the description. I would write what the title was, because when you're doing book launches and you're scheduling promos, you're going to need that title a lot. You're going to need to go in and copy and paste it. This is just a good way to make sure that you're always writing the right title. And for me, I'm lazy. I don't actually like typing out titles because I'm scared that I might get something wrong. I'm going to put that in there, and then from then on, I'm just going to copy and paste from my Trello board for that person, for that client from now on. So that's where I would move that over there. So anything that's in progress, you would put that in the in progress thing. If it's going to take a little bit longer, definitely make sure you put it in the in progress so you know what you're working on. And then another important and really cool thing about the whole Kanban system, we got deliverables, client tasks. So these are the to-do items, basically. We're going to put it in progress to know what I'm working on. If a client was working on something, they would put that in progress as well. And then when it's done, we move it into delivered. So as the project and as the task is moving along, you can see how things are moving. But super important here, and super cool thing about Trello and the whole organization system. Once it gets over here to delivered, it's not like you're never going to look at it again. And it's a good reason not to close the card, because I'm going to say this is delivered. Technically, once you get a title, you could put it in delivered. I like to keep it over here for whatever reason. I just like the title over there. But say the keywords and categories were chosen, we had it all finalized and whatnot. We had it delivered. They were done, delivered, good. I would actually type in the keywords and categories within the comments section, so that when I have to go upload it to multiple places, or the author has to upload it to multiple places, it will be there and ready for them to go. So whenever they have to do anything for their book, they should, or I would suggest that they have this board up and open so that they can go in and say, okay, what categories did we decide on? I don't remember. I don't feel like going back through all my emails and finding out what categories we decided on months ago. No need to do that, because they're going to be right in the Trello board and right easy access for you. So as you're working on things, as you're doing stuff, pop it over to the delivered. That is why it's super powerful to have a delivered or a done list. So you know that all of those things are finished. You don't have to do anything with them anymore, but they're there for reference if you need them. And then two more lists I have over here. I have ideas and decision to be made. So each author has to make a decision on this. You could put this over in deliverables, but I prefer to keep it over here into decisions, because that's just something I'm going to have to talk to the client about and see what they want to do. And then we have ideas in here. So this is also something I'm adding to, making sure that it stays updated. There's no reason for there to be two of those, but it stays updated and it stays relevant, so I can go through these every once in a while. But again, the purpose of having this template is that I can just add to this list and change it as I go. So that is my launch plan template. You probably aren't interested in launching a book, and that's fine. But my hope is, and my guess is, that this just gives you a little more of an insight into how to utilize Trello and how to really make it work for you personally. Whatever your tasks are, whatever your business is, whatever your goal is, you can utilize Trello in an amazing way to get you closer to that goal. We're going to be doing a couple more videos on demonstration of different lists. Hopefully you can stick with me through this section. I think it's definitely valuable to look through and see how I'm doing things. But I appreciate you watching this, and we'll catch you in the next one.